Hello, welcome back to Kalki's novelette, Susheela M.A. English translation by Anand. Chapter 7. When Susheela decided to go to Kutralam, it was 8:30 p.m. Too late to catch the daily express train. She was not willing to wait till the next day, so she took the slower option of the passenger train. The train travelled at a leisurely pace. It eventually arrived at Tenkasi at 8 p.m. the next day. She hired a cart to take her to Kutralam. The cart finally reached the bungalow titled Gomati. When she got off the cart, she was surprised that the lights were on. Who could it be? The resident gardener hurried to greet her, obviously surprised to see her. "An unannounced visit at this hour, ma'am? Did you travel alone? Where are you coming from? Is sir arriving later?" "No, it's just me. Who's at home, Madasami?" "Oh, it's our Thirinjikada, sir." That was an unpleasant surprise. She still despised Balasundaram. She did not wish to see him, especially after being so publicly disgraced. But it was too late to go back. "Tell him I'm here and that I would like him to vacate the house for me." After some hesitation, the gardener trundled off. He returned after a while. "He says it's too late in the day to go anywhere. He suggested that you stay in the room upstairs. It's unoccupied." This seemed satisfactory. Susheela asked Madasami to get her bags and walked upstairs. The young cook approached her after a while. "Can I bring you dinner, ma'am?" "Did sir send you to ask this?" "I asked him. He said you wouldn't be pleased if he offered you dinner and suggested I ask you directly." Susheela felt a surge of anger and snapped. "I don't want any dinner." The cook retreated. Susheela, for all her accomplishments, behaved like a stereotypical woman from the stories. She fell face down on her bed and sobbed. She took a while to fall asleep. She woke up late, well after 7. When she walked downstairs, the gardener was taking the dishes for washing. The cook was leaving with a packet in hand. "What is this? Where is sir?" "Sir has gone uphill to the wooden bridge. I'm taking some dosas for his breakfast. He has instructed me to move his things out." Susheela felt her eyes moisten. She said, "I'm on my way to the wooden bridge. Don't move his things until we return." There was a pond at the foot of the waterfalls. It was surrounded by clean, whitish rocks. Balasundaram was seated on one of those rocks. He heard footsteps and turned around. He didn't seem surprised. "To what do I owe this unexpected pleasure?" "Unexpected, perhaps, but is it indeed a pleasure?" In reply, Balasundaram just smiled. Susheela continued, "Leave that aside. I heard you asked for your things to be moved. It's not necessary. I'll be leaving tonight." "Thank you. Moving is a hassle." He took the cook aside and talked to him for a while. "We've sat here and talked for countless hours. All that seems like a lifetime ago," said Susheela as he turned. They reminisced about the good old days. After a while, Susheela said, "Okay, I'm hungry. Let's eat. Where are the dosas?" "That's funny," said Balasundaram. "What is?" "I thought you may fly off the handle if I mentioned dosas. I asked Barney to take the breakfast back. Now you're hungry." Susheela laughed aloud. She hadn't laughed like that for a long time. "So what do we do now?" asked Susheela. "What can we do? We have to wait for lunch. I asked for lunch to be sent to Thenarvi. Let's walk there." On the way, They talked more about the good old days. They had to jump between and climb over rocks. In several places, Balasundaram had to lend a hand to help Susheela up. They reached Thenarvi at 11. At this point, the author inserts several exclamation marks in his book and asks the readers to interpret the above exclamation marks as the verbal description of Thenarvi. They bathed in the pond at the foot of the falls. They dried the clothes and wore them again. Then they sat on a rock and waited for Parni. Balasundaram told Susheela tales of his visit abroad to distract her from the pangs of hunger. Despite his efforts, Susheela was occasionally looking at her wristwatch and asking, "What is taking Parni so long?" At long last, Parni emerged at a distance, carrying a basket on his head. The two moved to the foot of the waterfall and rinsed the top of a rock in preparation for dining. Parni was nearing them. He had to leap from rock to rock to get to them. Balasundaram called out, "Watch out, Parni! The rocks are smooth. Don't lose your foothold." Before he finished uttering those words, Parni's foot slipped. He waved his hands in an attempt to regain balance. He fell, but luckily was able to hold on to the edge of the rock with his hands. He was dangling on the side of the rock. Unfortunately, the food basket fell in the water and was being washed away. The lunch would be for the fish. Balasundaram rushed to help Parni up. He conferred with Susheela. "No point blaming Parni for the accident. Even if we did blame him, it's not going to make us less hungry. What do we do now?" "The dosas I made for your breakfast are still there. I can go get them," suggested Parni. "That sounds good. Get them to the wooden bridge. We'll meet you there," said Balasundaram. What happens next? Join us in the next final chapter to find out. Thank you for listening.